Alice in There says Illusory Factory, a fantasy movie by the legendary Mappa Studios, which was fantastic. I personally loved the film a lot, and it made me question that how the hell Japanese comes up with such unique concepts with perfect execution. Meanwhile, rich industries like Hollywood struggles quite a bit. Anyways, the topic of the video is quite different. Today we are going to discuss the ending of Maboroshi, where I would explain in detail that what exactly happened in the end and what exactly was the dimension or reality where the people of the town were trapped. Basically, the entire concept, which would clear your mind and will help you understand the movie a lot better, because it was quite confusing for me to grasp it, so I know even you would be confused. So with that, let's start today's video. So let's begin. So in the end, Masamune got to know that his father discovered Itsumi, and after spending some time, he got to know that Itsumi is her granddaughter, which came from her world to this world. And in that world, she is the daughter of Masamune and Atsumi. And she came from a train, most probably from an accident, but she was safe. Nothing happened to her. And to send her back, she had to go in that train again, but before he could do it, his father vanished, and then Natsumi's father manipulated everyone into believing that it's important for her to stay. She had been sent by the gods, and if we do anything to her, then this world would collapse and end. Although this was not entirely wrong, because her emotions do affect the world, because she is from a different reality to this reality. As we saw in one scene, that as her parents were going wild, she saw them and got her first heartbreak. She had gained feelings for Masamune, and upon seeing him with other girl, she got heartbroken, which eventually affected the world and made cracks upon many places, and those cracks would lead to Itsumi's reality. And if anyone from this reality would go there, then that person would eventually vanish in some time. And people from Masamune's world can see the other world, but the same doesn't apply for the other world, as they can't see the other reality. And in the end, he decided to send her daughter back to the world she came from. And Atsumi's father tried his best to stop them, but couldn't. And at first, Atsumi wanted to go with Itsumi because according to her, she'd lie anyway, but halfway she came back and decided to stay with Masamune. And in the end, we got to know that all the people living in this world, they are not alive, they are all phantoms. And in the very end, Itsumi revisits the place and the film ends thereafter. So up to now, it's pretty clear that what happened, but the main question is how it happened, how the world was created in the first place. So it happened because at one night, the factory, which was at the town, got into an explosion and it froze the time in that town and blocked all the way of going out. So basically they were trapped, they couldn't age, basically couldn't do nothing. And upon becoming too emotional, a dragon-like cloud comes and eats away that person. And as more people would die, more the world will come close to its end. So at first, they thought of it as they are well, alive, fit and fine. But upon reading that letter, Masamune got to know that they are all phantoms. And the day the factory exploded, they all died that night. But somehow, upon dying, this reality was created where the consciousness or maybe their souls were alive, and they thought that they are still alive and well. And the entire world is still living like it used to, and they are trapped. But in reality, they were all dead, and their souls most likely traveled to this dimension or reality. And of course, the question comes that from where Itsumi came from then. So Itsumi came from a different reality where there was no explosion, nothing. The entire town lived the way it used to be, where Masamune and Atsumi got together and had a daughter, and they named her Itsumi. And one day in a festival, she got separated from her parents, and most likely after being in a train, through the cracks, somehow she ended up in this reality accidentally, and then you all know what happened. I just explained it, and Maboroshi to me was an amazing film, which heavily reminded me of Your Name, and Maboroshi you can say was a bit darker version of Your Name. Anyways, if you have watched Attack on Titan final episode and are confused related to its ending or have some question like who is Mikasa's husband, then you can check out this video. I've explained everything in detail.